strike two to Jones. So a no ball, 2 strike count as Haley Jones. Then Nieto will be next up for your Eunice Lady Cardinals. The pitcher for Tularosa is Destiny Signs. The next pitch swung on, and that one will be blooped over into left field, and that will be a 1-out single for Jones. So Jones singles it over to left field. And I get everything right there. Okay, so the 1-out single, and that will bring up Melanie Nieto. No, welcome to it, as they decided to start about 10 minutes early on me. So 1 down for the Lady Cardinals as Pierce struck out to lead the game. Then Jones with a single to left. Now to be Melanie Nieto to the plate. As Signs will get ready, and she'll kick and fire. And the first pitch is going to be up and away for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strike count. Jones stands over at first after the 1-out single. And again, we'll get everything set for you as they decided to start these about 10 minutes early today. Pitch, fastball, and that will be outside for ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Lady Cards and the Lady Wildcats from the winner's bracket semifinal here this morning in Rio Rancho. And that one is going to sail, and it'll be ball number 3. So a 3-ball, no strike count. So Eunice, of course, getting the big wins yesterday, including the windblown affair yesterday evening against Estancia. Signs will kick, and the 3-0 pitch swung on, and that'll be a chop shot, and it'll be foul. So Nieto with the green light. We are set up way out in the outfield, out in right center field. So you'll have to forgive me if I'm a little behind on things here. So Signs is the pitcher for Tularosa again. I'll get the book finished, and I didn't get the lineups until just before first pitch. Swing, and that'll be a hit between third and short. It'll come into the outfield. The left fielder will come up. Eunice will just play a little station-to-station softball. So Nieto on with the 1-out single. So Jones now at second, Nieto at first. And Eunice going to try and get the line moving early. Now Kelly Stinson will be to bat. So Stinson yesterday, of course, injured in that game against Estancia. But she is back today. She will not be pitching, but she will be playing in the field. She will be the shortstop for these games today. And thank you very much back at One Radio Square Tiff. As Signs will kick, and Stinson will watch the first one down low, and that will be ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Nieto at first, Jones at second. The 2 versus 6 matchup. Eunice in the white tops with the red pants as Stinson settles back in, and Signs will deal, and that one is going to be high for ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Winner of this ball game will move on to play in the winner's bracket final at 1 this afternoon. The loser will have to turn right around and play at 11 against Santa Rosa. And the pitch, and that one off-speed pitch, and that one is going to be on the inside corner at the knees, and it'll be called strike 1. So a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Top of the first inning, no score, but Eunice threatening 2 on and 1 out as Signs will deal, and that one going to be outside as Stinson will watch it, thinks about it, but holds off. And so that'll make it a 3-ball, 1 strike count to Stinson, the cleanup hitter. Gaitan waits on deck, then Rodriguez and Rodriguez. Stinson will settle back in the wind, and the pitch swung on, and that'll be a hard shot out into center field. The center fielder, though, does a nice job, comes over and makes the grab, but tagging up and heading over to third is Jones. So Stinson with the fly out to center, but it will put Lady Cards on the corners, so a productive out for Eunice. Now the potential go-ahead run just 60 feet away, and that will bring up Liz Gaitan to the plate. So 2 out, 2 on, Gaitan to the plate. So we are underway early this morning from here in Rio Rancho at Rio Rancho High, field number 4, and the pitch swung on and missed as Liz goes after a high fastball, and that will be strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count, 2 down for Eunice here in this top of the first inning. In the wind, and the pitch swung on, and that one will be lifted foul, and that one will head to the street, and Gaitan now trailing no balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, the field 4 here, there is absolutely no amenities. I am on a battery pack, so you'll have to, I just ask for your forbearance and bear with me. I'm having to sit in the outfield in the wide and the pitches. Gaitan going to watch that one sail outside for ball number 1, but it is right on. I believe it's called Broadway Street that runs down by the high school here. And yeah, we've seen a few foul balls over the years go out and hit things. So a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Gaitan, and the pitch swung on and missed as Gaitan will go down swinging as Eunice threatens but comes up empty in their half of the first. After a half inning of play, Eunice 0, Tularosa coming to bat. This is Eunice Lady Cardinal State Tournament Softball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Bart Parker, owner of Redbird LP Gas Company, and his employees are proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Bart, class of 1971, state champions of both basketball and baseball, support the kids with their academics and athletics. They realize that balancing both is challenging and appreciate their determination. Redbird knows the Eunice Cardinals have worked really hard to get where they're at, and they are cheering them on all the way. Bart and his crew say, "Go Eunice Cardinals!"
Parker Energy, family owned and operated since 2006. Their team is known for their hard work and dedication, big enough to meet your needs for transport, pump trucks, vacuum trucks, and disposal services. Parker Energy and their staff are huge supporters of all Lee County sports and academics. They encourage their young adults to go the extra mile, whether it's sports, grades, or just being a better you. Parker Energy Support Services, 2350 Avenue O, a proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
And welcome back to Eunice Lady Cardinal Softball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us. Eunice, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 runners stranded in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. It'll be Gabby Salas, the second baseman, who will lead it off for Tularosa. Salas, Hood, Griffin, Vorbach, Kowach, Gaston, Ostick, Signs, and Vorbach. That is how the Tularosa Lady Wildcats will line up. So it'll be Pierce in the ring, and she'll toss the first one in there, and it will bounce in, and that will be ball number 1. So we are now in the bottom of the first inning. As a game that started a little bit early, was scheduled to start at 9. They started it right at 8:50 as Pierce will kick and fire, and that one will roll in, and that'll be ball 2. Pierce yesterday coming on in relief after Kelly Stinson was injured. Stinson out, playing shortstop today, but will not be available to pitch, is my understanding. And the pitch swung on, and that'll be a chop shot. Hands over to Gaitan, and she will toss it over. Rodriguez will backhand it at first and manages to corral it. So a nice throw from Gaitan to Rodriguez across the diamond, and there is one down now. So now it'll be Kylie Hood, the catcher, to the plate for Tularosa. Continue just to work as we can on this. Tularosa, the number 2 seed coming into the tournament. We're 20-7 under Coach Brian Tellez, and the first pitch will come inside, and that'll be ball 1 to Hood. So the 1-ball, no strike count, 1 down. We are in the bottom of the first inning, and the pitch and timeout was asked for before she let that one fly, and it was granted, so no pitch. So it decided she wanted to take just another moment. As Pierce will deliver, and that one will run away and a little high, so ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. I'll set Eunice for you here momentarily. So the 2-0 count. And the pitch swung, oh, nope, just watches that one, and it'll be ball number 3. So it'll be a 3-ball, no strike count. To the number 2 hitter, that is Hood. As Pierce will deal, and that one is going to be high for ball 4. Hood not wasting any time, so the 1-out walk for Tularosa. Now they've got their first base runner of the ball game with their number 3 hitter, Macy Griffin, to the plate. So Griffin will come to the plate. And the first pitch, and that one is going to get away from Nieto, and that's going to let Hood move over to second base. So moving over on the wild pitch, and it's a 1-ball, no strike count. And a beautiful sunny day for softball here in Albuquerque. We are now at Rio Rancho High School today, getting this game underway before 9 o'clock this morning. And the pitch, and that swung on. It'll be a chop shot, and that will be foul down the third baseline. And leaving the count at 1 ball and a strike to Macy Griffin. Haley Vorbach waits on deck for these Lady Wildcats. And the next pitch, and that one is going to miss. As again, I apologize if I'm a little behind on things. I'm trying to get everything caught up all at once. So a 2-ball, 1-strike count to Griffin. As Pierce ready to go, and that one will be just a swipe shot, almost like a slap bunt attempt. Not the prettiest thing you'll ever see, and it'll be a 2-ball, 2-strike count. So a 2-2 count. One down, runner at second is going to be Hood. As stepping back in will be Griffin. And the 2-2 pitch on the way, and that one will float inside. Gets away from Nieto, but she'll crab walk it up the third baseline in front of the Tularosa dugout, and that will run the count full to Griffin at the plate. Nieto doing the nice job there to keep Hood over at second, as Pierce will deliver the payoff pitch, and that one's going to roll in ball 4. And as it gets away from Nieto, Hood will move over to third, so back-to-back walks. And now Tularosa in business with one down, as you've got Lady Wildcats at the corners. So that'll be their cleanup hitter and third baseman Haley Vorbach to the plate. No score yet in this one, bottom of the first, but Tularosa trying to take the early lead. One out with a runner at third. As Pierce will deal, and that one is going to be away. Nope, they did call it a strike, so that'll be strike one. And a quick throw back to the pitcher, as Griffin will steal second. We're trying to get Hood off of first. Not going to get that one. So a 0-ball, 1-strike count. As Pierce will deliver and swung on, and that'll be a hard shot. That'll find its way through all the way to the what goes for a wall here in center field. That'll get 1 run home. That will get 2 runs home, and it'll be a 2 RBI double for Vorbach. So she doubles out to center field, and will give Tularosa the early 2-0 lead. And that'll be Candace Kowach to the plate. Cadence Kowach, pardon me, I can't read my own handwriting. So the lefty. Now with a runner at second, that's Vorbach, and the first pitch will be high for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. It is now 2-0 in favor of Tularosa. Pierce in the ring. Nieto is her battery mate, and the pitch, that one swung on, and that'll be a line shot. That's going to find its way through again all the way to the wall out in center. Ornelas will come over and field it, but it'll be back-to-back RBI doubles as Kowach will take it out to center field, and she will cash in Vorbach. And so now Tularosa starting to get the bats clicking. They lead this one 3-0 as now Layla Gaston to the plate. That's Kowach at second. So now another lefty coming up for Coach Tellis' Lady Wildcats as Gaston, the center fielder, steps to the plate. So Pierce will deal, and that one off speed and outside. That'll be ball number 1. Sorry if I'm keeping the score bug, trying to keep it caught up too. So quickly back to it as Pierce will deal the 1-0, and that one's going to be in the dirt for ball number 2. So Pierce in the ring, getting the start, and an early 3-0 lead for Tularosa. And the pitch in that one is going to sail high for ball number 3. So a 3-0 count. I got that just as a 2-0 count. So, yep. Everybody shading around just a little bit, and the pitch, and that one will be top of the zone. Yeah, that was ball 3 before, so that will be ball 4. So that'll put runners at first and second. 3 walks and 2 singles have got Tularosa in business. Now the number 7 hitter, Emma Ostick, to the plate. Pearson Nieto, as we mentioned, is your battery. Rodriguez, Jones, Stinson, Gaitan around the infield, first to third. Pierce will deliver, and off speed inside to Ostick, and that'll be ball number 1. Still the 1-ball, no strike count. Rodriguez, Ornelas, Zamora in the outfield from left to right. And the 1-0 pitch on the way, and that one sails high as Nieto has to come out of her crouch. But snags it, which will keep everybody where they're at, and it's a 2-ball, no strike count. So the 2-0 count. Pierce quickly back to work, and the pitch swung on. That one going to be fouled off, and that one's heading to the street. Over the backstop, and now it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. So the 2-ball, 1-strike count. Lady Cardinals trailing 3-0 here in the first inning. The pitch swung on, and that one's going to be popped up, and that one is going to get out of play. And we'll even up the count at 2-2 to Ostick. Destiny Signs, the pitcher, waits on deck. So 2 on, just 1 out. Eunice in a bit of a jam here in this first inning, and the pitch swung on, and that one will be a hard shot out to left center field, and that one will get into the fencing. That'll get 1 run home. That'll get 2 runs home, and it's a 2 RBI double as the throw in from Stinson. Not going to be in time as the ball gets away from Nieto, and Ostick will move all the way over to third, but a 2 RBI double to left center for Ostick. And then she moves over to third on the throw, but that'll cash in 2 more for Tularosa as they take a 5-0 lead, still just 1 out here in this bottom of the first inning. So now it'll be Destiny Signs, the pitcher, to the plate. Chance to help her own cause out here as Pierce will deal, and that one going to roll in. Gets away from Nieto. She gets to it quickly, though, and that will keep Ostick stapled over at third, but it is ball 1. So a 5-0 lead right now for Tularosa here in the bottom of the first inning. As the wind and the pitch, and that one floats in and will be called strike number 1. Nice pitch there from Pierce, so it evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So Pierce quickly back ready to go against Signs. Pitcher on pitcher duel. Took something off of that one and swung on and fouled off. So now it's a 1 ball 2 strike count as Pierce ahead of Signs in the pitcher on pitcher matchup. Runner at third is Ostick, and Vorbach waits on deck. Of course, we are in the double elimination portion of the tournament as that one's going to float high for ball number 2. So the 2 ball 2 strike count. Winner of this game will play at 1 this afternoon. You've got to think against Loving. And the 2-2 going to roll in, and that will run the count full to Signs. So full count, 3 balls 2 strikes. Loser of this game will have to immediately turn around and hike across the complex to field 3 to take on Santa Rosa. And the payoff pitch to Signs, and that one floats in there. Called strike 3. Ring her up and sit her down. First K of the ball game for Pierce, and there is 2 down for Tularosa. So that'll bring their number 9 hitter, Sam Vorbach, to the plate with 5 runs across. But they have batted around here in the first. Vorbach, the right fielder, steps in, and the first pitch, she'll take it, and a line shot right to Stinson, who comes up and will make the grab deep in the hole at short. So the line out to the shortstop will end the bleeding, but 5 runs come across for Tularosa in their half of the first. After an inning of play, Tularosa 5, Eunice yet to score. We'll be back. More Eunice Lady Cardinal State Tournament Softball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Eunice Public Schools is proud of their Eunice Cardinals, the Eunice community, and the staff of Eunice Schools. Eunice Public Schools has anchored itself as an integral part of the Eunice community and takes school safety very seriously. Eunice Schools have continually provided a quality education for the students of Eunice through good times and bad. The Eunice School District appreciates the Eunice community, and they're proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Eunice is on the move. Are you ready?
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Eunice Lady Cardinal State Tournament Softball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us. 5 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on for Tularosa. As we go to the second, it'll be Rodriguez, and Zamora due up for the Lady Cards. So 6, 7, and 8 due up. Signs in the ring will deal, and the first one to Rodriguez. That's a grounder, going to find its way through right up the middle as the center fielder Gaston will come to it and get to it, but Rodriguez not waiting around as she will shoot that one back up the middle for the leadoff single. Nice job there for the Lady Cards. So that'll put one on and nobody out. Again, I'm still kind of scrambled to get everything kind of picked back up. Ciandra Rodriguez got the hit. Now Aaliyah Rodriguez. And she'll take the first one in. That one's heading to the street. Now Aaliyah at the plate. Aaliyah Rodriguez at the plate. Down, no balls, one strike, and that one going to roll in from Signs. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike, so a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Ciandra Rodriguez waits on deck. Is waiting on first. So an 0-1 count. Rodriguez, after the leadoff single, now stands at second after getting moved over on the ground out. Aaliyah. As the 0-1 on the way, swung on and missed as Signs runs it up there. Zamora takes a good cut but comes up empty. And it's a no ball, 2 strike count. Pardon me. So the 0-2 count. Signs a much more deliberate worker than a lot of girls we see. And she'll fire, and that one swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air. That's coming out here to right center field, and diving out for it is Vorbach, not able to get it. And a throw in, and that one is going to bounce around, but having to wait to tag up. Rodriguez able to get to third, but Zamora gives it a pretty good ride out here to right center, pretty much where I'm sitting. And she will have a 1-out single. So now Lady Cards at the corners, and Ornelas will come to the plate. So the number 9 hitter for the Lady Cardinals, as they've got something going here with 1 out. And timeout asked for. Coach Kemple just giving some signs out to Ornelas. So Ornelas, the number 9 hitter, going to step in. And we'll turn it over to Pierce, who waits on deck. Carla Ornelas steps in, and the first pitch from Signs swung on. That'll be a slow roller. Has a little bit of confusion, and they'll take it home, actually to first. So Ornelas grounds out 1-3. Signs basically daring Rodriguez to try it, then fired a bullet over to Kowach, who was ready to fire it back in. So 2 down now, and it'll turn it over to Pierce. Pierce struck out her first appearance, but now 2 on, 2 out, a chance to cash him in. Zamora moves to second after the last at bat. And Signs will deal, and that'll be a little line shot. And that's going to be bobbled by the third baseman, Vorbach, and find its way through. That'll get a run home for the Eunice Lady Cardinals. So that will cash in Rodriguez as Pierce will reach on the E5. And Eunice is on the board. Now trailing this one 5-1. So now a 5-1 score. 5-2 on the board. It's not 5-2, it's 5-1. So it's a 5-1 score. Now Haley Jones to the plate with runners on the corners. Pierce at first, Zamora at third. And the first pitch swung on, and that one's going to be fouled back behind the Eunice dugout. Jones had a single to right, left her last time up. She takes a hack at it, and it'll be strike number 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Beautiful morning for softball. Got some underway early. We're in the top of the second, a 5-1 lead. And the pitch swung on, and that'll be a chop shot. Shortstop backhands it, comes over, fires to Kowach at first. She will dig it out, and they're going to say in time. So that'll be 6-3 for out number 3. But the Lady Cards will put a run on the board. We go to the bottom of the second. Tularosa 5, Lovington 1. Eunice 1. Lovington playing right now on our sister channel, but right now Eunice trails. We'll be back. More Eunice State Tournament softball from New Allmark Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Small town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. no testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities. The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in well sick care for all ages, well women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
For the Lady Cardinals in their half of the second inning, they put a run up on 2 hits, 1 error committed by Tularosa, and 2 runners left on base. So Tularosa will have the top of their lineup, Solis, Hood, and Griffin, 1, 2, and 3 due up. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us here on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com. Flying solo this morning, partner in crime Dawn Morgan is back over at Cleveland High School with the Lovington Lady Cats, taking on Gallup, a rematch of last year's 4A title game. That on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. If you're tuning in looking for the Eunice boys, Rosendo Caballero will have that call in just about 45 minutes from over at the new Reardon Kindness Complex. And that'll be on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel. As the first pitch will come in, and that one will float low to the leadoff hitter, Solis, who grounded out to Gaitan, her first time up, so she is 0 for 1, and it's a 1-ball, no strike count. Pierce deals that one a great pitch, and that one will be in at the top of the zone, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count. Pierce a much quicker worker, and that one, an off-speed pitch, going to roll inside. And it'll be ball 2. So the 2-ball, 1-strike count. Pierce, Nieto, they are your battery. And the pitch, and that one going to float high. And that'll be ball 3. So the 3-ball, 1-strike count. Rodriguez, Jones, Stinson, Gaitan around the infield, first to third. Rodriguez, Ornelas, Zamora outfield, left to right. And the pitch off speed and takes that one in there, and a good pitch. Nips the inside corner, and that will run the count full. So 3-2. Pretty good crowd on hand here to watch this matchup and the payoff pitch, and that one is going to bounce and be ball number 4. So that'll put the leadoff hitter Solis on. 4th walk given up by Pierce. And now it will be Hood, who walked and scored her last time up, and she'll take the first pitch and drill that one foul out of play over on the left side. And that'll be strike 1. So the no-ball, 1-strike count. As she will step back in, and the pitch swung on, and that one will be popped up into shallow left field, and going back is Stinson, and reaching out and making the grab over her head. Moving pretty good even with the brace on the right knee, so it'll be a fly out, pop out I should say, to the shortstop. So 1 down, as that'll bring Macy Griffin to the plate. She walked her last time up, stole the base, and scored. And the pitch to Griffin, and she'll take that one, and it's a hard shot on the ground past a diving Stinson, and it'll get under the glove of Rodriguez and go all the way to the fence. That'll get 1 run home as Griffin rounds second, thinks about third, but will pull it up as Rodriguez will get to it and fire it in, but it'll be an RBI double to left for Griffin. And we'll make this a 6-1 ball game in favor of the Lady Wildcats of Tularosa. So 1 on, 1 out, 1 run across. Now Haley Vorbach to the plate. She had a 2 RBI double to center her last time up. So Vorbach, Haley Vorbach, the cleanup hitter for Tularosa, take the 6-1 lead. And the first pitch is going to fly up high for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. A 6-1 score. And the pitch swung on, and that'll be a hard shot, and that'll find its way through into shallow left field. And that will cash another one in. So it'll be an RBI single to left for Vorbach, as Griffin will come around. And now it is a 7-1 ball game for Tularosa. And that'll bring Cadence Kowach to the plate. She had an RBI double her last time up, also scored. First pitch to Kowach, the lefty, and it'll float up and in for ball number 1. The 1 ball, no strike count. And the pitch swung on, and that'll be a line shot over the head of a leaping Stinson. That's going to get to the wall as rounding second, heading to third, and heading home is going to be Vorbach. A play at the plate, not going to be in time. As a good throw in from Stinson, but Vorbach legging it out. And we'll get the score, so another RBI double for Cadence Kowach. And the line keeps moving for Tularosa. Now they lead this one by an 8-1 score. So Layla Gaston steps to the plate. Gaston walked and scored her last time up. So Gaston will settle in. As Pierce will deal, and that one going to be low. Nice job by Nieto to block it. Ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Tularosa up in this one. 8-1 the score and the pitch. And that one going to float outside. And it'll be ball number 2 to the lefty hitting Gaston. Runner at second is Kowach. As Tularosa continues to try and turn and burn in the pitch, and that one's going to be way high. Nice job by Nieto. Comes up out of the crouch and grabs it, and that will keep Kowach standing over at second. Outfield playing fairly deep. This is a very interesting field. In the 3-0 pitch, and that one is up high. Ball 4 as Gaston will get her second walk of the morning. As Ostick will come up to bat. She had a 2 RBI double her last time up. Yeah, the field here is about 3/4 dirt. The outfielders, there's only about probably 15 feet of grass between the wall and that, and that'll be a jam shot. And Stinson going to bobble it in the hole. It gets past her and rolls into shallow left field. That will get a run around. As Kowach on the horse will come around to score, make it a 9-1 ball game. Ostick will reach on the E6. Gaston stands at second. Ostick at first. And timeout going to be asked for as Coach Kemple going to come out and talk to Pierce. An 8-run deficit now for the Lady Cards as Destiny Signs, who struck out her last time, will come up again. I am on battery pack. I'm trying to keep an eye on things. If we lose you, I've got the backup battery. I'll pull it out and get it as quickly as I can, but should be okay for now. As we mentioned, field number 4 here at the Rio Rancho High Complex is mostly dirt, and then you got about 15 feet of grass, but there are limited grandstands out around the outfield, which is where we are sitting. I was not allowed access behind, and there is no power back there anyway. Then that'll be Destiny Signs to the plate. As the meeting at the mound breaks up, and Pierce will roll, and that one will roll in, and that will hit Signs. So hit by the pitch, and that will load him up as Gaston moves to third, Ostick to second. Now Signs at first as Sam Vorbach to the plate. Vorbach 0 for 1. She lined out to Stinson to end the inning. Hit it pretty good, though, but right at Stinson. So now the base is loaded, just one out, nowhere to put her. And that one will be a little line shot that comes right back, and a double play picked off as it comes to Pearson. She will fire it over to Griffin. And that should be a double play. That should end the inning. Yeah, that ends the inning. So the double play. So Vorbach grounds into, or rather lines into a 1-5 DP to end the inning. 4 more runs come across for Tularosa. We head to the third. Tularosa 9, Eunice 1. More Eunice Lady Cardinal State Tournament softball in a moment from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
In Lee County, Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
For Tularosa in the bottom of the second inning, they get 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error committed by the Lady Cards, and they leave 2 runners on base. A great double play turned by Pierce and Gaitan to end the inning and end the threat. As we go to the top of the third inning, it'll be Nieto, Stinson, and Gaitan. So 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Eunice Lady Cardinals. As Nieto steps in, she had a single her last time up. And the first pitch from Signs, and that one will be on the outside corner, called strike 1 to Nieto. So now just underway, top of the third inning. Eunice with an 8-run hole to try and dig out of. And the pitch, and that one is going to fly away. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count, not nearly as windy and dirty as it was yesterday, which I am eternally thankful. And the 1-1 pitch to Melanie, and she'll take that one up into the chain link behind her for strike number 2. 1-ball, 2-strike count. Winner moves on to play at 1 o'clock this afternoon against the winner of Capitan and Loving. Got to think they'll probably be Loving. In the 1-2 pitch, and that one will be high, and even the count at 2-2. Team that loses this game will move down into the consolation bracket and will play immediately following this game. Play Santa Rosa at 11, so like right after this game. And the pitch swung on, and that'll be a hard shot, and that will be foul down the first baseline. It'll go all the way out to what passes for a fence out here. And the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The right fielder Vorbach will leave the field of play and get the ball back in. So it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Nieto leading things off here in the third. Again, Signs a very deliberate worker in the ring, and she'll deal the 2-2 pitch, and that one is going to run inside for ball 3. So that runs the count full. That is the first full count that a Eunice hitter has worked today, and it comes here in the top of the third. So Signs will check off on the wristband, and she'll deal. Swung on, and that one is heading to the street. And just missing a Jeep driving by, and we'll reset, and we'll try it again at 3-2. This complex sits up on a hill overlooking Rio Rancho, not far from the high school. Rio Rancho High, I should say. And we'll do the payoff pitch again, swung on, and that's a high pop fly coming out to right center field, and on the run is the center fielder Gaston. She had to come a long way. She was shading slightly into the hole in left center, but makes a long run. And Nieto gives it a ride, but will come up short. And there is one down now as Kelly Stinson comes to the plate. Stinson a fly out to center her last time up. Infield pretty much at their normal positions. So one down. And the pitch, and that one will be on the inside corner, but just missing. So Stinson takes ball number 1 from Signs. So the cleanup hitter for the Lady Cards back in. And Signs will settle back in. And she'll deal, and that one off speed and outside, and ball 2. This ump has a very delayed call. So 1 out. Stinson with a 2-0 count at the plate. Signs in the ring, outfield playing fairly deep. And the pitch swung on, and that one is up into the screening for strike 1. So a 2-ball, 1-strike count. And Signs will get the ball back from Hood. Walks to the back of the ring. Now she'll come up and toe the rubber, ready to go. And the 2-1 pitch, and that one is going to be low and in for ball number 3. So the 3-ball and 1-strike count. Gotta think Stinson's going to have the green light here. She gets something she thinks she can drive. Eunice trailing by 8. And the pitch, and that one going to go up and away. Ball 4. So with the one-out walk, Stinson will head on down to first. Is the first walk issued on the morning by Signs. And so now to be Liz Gaitan to the plate. Liz 0 for 1. Struck out her last time up. But now going to be looking to move things around, if at all possible. So Gaitan will step in, and the first pitch, and Liz will swing at a fastball, swing through it, and it'll be strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. 9-1 our score in favor of Tularosa here in this top of the 3rd inning, and the pitch, and that one's going to go up and away. Snap throw down to first, in and out of the hands of Kowach. A good snap throw, though, from Hood. I thought Stinson getting a little bit far off over there. Counts evened up at the plate at a ball and a strike to Gaitan. So she'll settle back in, and Signs will deal. Swung on and missed. Just ran the fastball by her and says, if you can hit it, you can have it. And Liz couldn't touch it that time. Maybe she could this next time, though. So that'll make it a 1-ball, 2 strike count. Gaitan at the plate. And Signs will deal. The 1-2 swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the left side. That one is going to get out of play and just miss a Rio Rancho bus. So the count will stay at 2 balls and 1 strike. We are literally right on the street. It comes back by this complex here. And 60 degrees as we started today, starting to warm up a little bit as the fastball runs away. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-2 count. Runner at first is Stinson, who worked the 1-out walk. Again, Signs very deliberate, and she'll deal, and that'll be a line shot. Comes out to right field. That one is going to drop in front of Vorback, and she'll toss it in, but running around and on the horse heading to third is Stinson. So Gaitan with the 1-out single to right. And the Lady Cards in business. Lady Cards at the corners. Now Leandra Rodriguez to the plate. Now Rodriguez to the plate. She singled to center her last time up. Didn't wait on it either. She has the 1 run scored. Took the first pitch she saw and took it right back up the middle. So now Rodriguez will settle in. Gaitan at first, Stinson at third. She'll show bunt and lay it down. And it'll be a foul ball over on the third base side of things for strike 1. Coach Kemple deciding to play a little small ball. Move the runners around, see if he can cash in Stinson, maybe on a throw to get the out. No, Rodriguez back in, a no ball, 1 strike count. She'll show bunt again, pulls it back, and that one is going to bounce on the plate and get away from Hood, and that will score Stinson. So Stinson will score on the wild pitch as Gaitan will head to second. Count evens up at a ball and a strike at the plate to Rodriguez. So it'll be a 1-ball, 1 strike count. And the runner at second is Gaitan now. So a 1-ball, 1 strike count. As now Signs will deal, and Rodriguez will swing and pop that one foul into the netting. So the count will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the 1-ball, 2 strike count. And the pitch from Signs, and that one is going to roll inside. And even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-ball, 2 strike count. As Rodriguez going to settle back in. Gaitan at second, just 1 down, 1 run across for Eunice here in the third. And the pitch swung on, and that'll be a chop shot. Shortstop bobbles it. Griffin gets it, fires it over to first, and it'll be in time to get Rodriguez. So she'll be out 6-3 for out number 2. It will move Gaitan over to second, or rather from second to third. And so now it'll bring Aaliyah Rodriguez to the plate. So 2 down, and now Rodriguez at the plate. Gaitan stands at third. Rika's grounded out back to Signs her last time up, and the pitch. That one is going to be away, a little high for ball number 1. So Eunice taking advantage of a walk and a wild pitch to make this a 9-2 ball game, so get it back to within 7. And the pitch swung on and missed as Rodriguez swings through it. And the next pitch, that one is going to be in there for a called strike 2. So Garcia, pardon me, I think I've been saying Rodriguez. I think I wrote it wrong. So Garcia at the plate, now down 0-2, and she'll swing and she'll send that one out to rush hour traffic, so stays alive. Aaliyah Garcia at the plate. Now with a 1-2 strike count. If I can hit all the right buttons here. There we go. So a 1-2 strike count as Leah will settle back into the right side box. Need to wait for some new softballs to come in. 9-2 is the score. And the pitch swung on and missed as Garcia will go down swinging. That'll be just the second K of the ball game for Signs, but it'll end the Eunice threat in the third. We go to the bottom of the third. It is Tularosa leading Eunice by a score of 9-2. More Lady Cardinal softball in a moment.
To an Energy Star energy efficient LED bulb, one that uses up to 90% less energy than a regular old incandescent bulb and saves you more than $55 over its lifetime. You just saved energy and money and did the environment a solid. What's next? Organizing the pantry? It's suddenly so well lit. Find our LED discounts at excellenergy.com/lighting deals. Excel Energy.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics
And welcome back to Eunice Cardinal playoff softball from Noel Mark Digital and One Radio Square Sports. The Lady Cards will get a run on a hit, no errors, and one runner left on. So we head to the bottom of the third, a 9-2 lead in favor of Tularosa. And they batted around once again in the third. So it'll be Salas, Hood, and Griffin, 1, 2, and 3, due up once again for Tularosa. Salas is 0 for 1, grounded out in the first, then walked and scored in the second. Pierce still in the ring. So going to try and keep this right where it is at 7 runs. As the umpire having a long talk with Nieto. Not sure what the discussion out there is about. Now she's going to run out and talk to Pierce as Coach Kemple going to come over and have a word with the ump, just see what all that was about. Maybe something about the way she handles the softball before she throws it. That's all I can figure. We saw that some yesterday. And some of these umps don't like the way that certain players handle the ball before they get ready to deliver it. So I guess message received. As Pierce ready to go, and the first pitch, and that one will go high to Salas for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Bottom of the third inning, a 7-run lead for Tularosa. Next pitch from Pierce, that one going to float high for ball number 2. Great contrast in pitching styles as Pierce does not take a lot of time at all. Salas is very deliberate. And the 2-0 pitch swung on, and that'll be a slow roller foul. Over down the third baseline. And so make it a 2-ball, 1 strike count. So the 2-1 count. As now Salas going to take her time stepping back in the box. But Pierce is ready, and the 2-1 pitch, and that one floats on the outside corner. Yes, ma'am, strike 2. Good pitch, evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-ball, 2 strike count. As Salas, Hood, Griffin, 1, 2, 3 due up for Tularosa. Pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air to shallow right field. That one is going to drop in just fair in front of Zamora. And Zamora gets to it quickly, but it'll be a leadoff double to right for Salas. So the leadoff double to right, and now it'll be Kylie Hood to the plate. She's 0 for 1, flew out, actually popped out to the shortstop. Walked and scored in the second. So she'll step in now with a runner in scoring position in the form of Salas, who had the leadoff double, as Pierce will deal, and that one going to roll in for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strike count. Of course, don't forget the Eunice boys will be playing on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel starting here in about 15 minutes. Thanks to Rosendo for handling that. Swung on, and that one hit off the fist and popped up over on the left side of the infield, and that one will go out of play. And the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Lady Cardinals trail by 7. Tularosa trying to tack some more on here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Winner of this game gets a little break. Loser has to turn right around and play Santa Rosa. That one going to roll in as Hood showed bunt momentarily. It'd be ball 2. Not sure why you'd go small ball here. Not with your catcher anyway. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Runner at second is Salas, who had the leadoff double. As Pierce will deal and swung on, and that one will be popped up, and that one is heading to the street. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Pearson, Nieto, the battery. Rodriguez, Jones, Stinson, Gaitan, first to third. 2-2 pitch on the way, swung on, and that one is hit off the fists, and that one is going out of play. Behind the Tularosa dugout, stays 2-2. Garcia, Ornelas, Zamora in the outfield, left to right. So it's a 2 ball, 2 strike count. As Pierce prepares, ready to fire, and the pitch swung on, and that is a high shot out to shallow left field, and that one got lost in the sun by Garcia, so that will move everybody around as a bad throw in is actually going to cash in Salas, and so it'll be a double for Hood, as double to left, as the way the sun is, just losing that one in the sun, and so that'll make this a 10-2 ball game. And now it'll be Macy Griffin to the plate. She walked and had a double, so she is 1 for 1. Yeah, the way the sun is, for anybody on the left side, that's going to be trouble. So the number 3 hitter up, and that's a line shot, and that's going to be a hard one, and that will be fair. And will go out of play. Yep, that it'll be a ground rule double. As Griffin took that one right down the line. The fencing here at this field does not extend down the lines, go all the way to the lines, and so that one gets out, and so it'll be a double right down the line and left. It will be an RBI as Hood will come home. So now it is 11-2 in favor of Tularosa. So that will score Griffin, and now it'll be Haley Vorbach to the plate. Vorbach 2 for 2, 2 runs scored and 3 RBIs. So they're going to try and keep turning and burning here. As Pierce ready to go, and she'll deal to Vorbach, and Vorbach will watch that one, and it'll be ball number 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count. Still nobody out. 2 runs across already, and the pitch high, ball number 2. So the 2-0 count. Cadence Kowach waits on deck. She's also 2 for 2. So runner at second is Griffin. And the 2-0 pitch, and that one going to roll in. Ball number 3 to the cleanup hitter, Vorbach. So the 3 ball, no strike count. As doing a little fake out move was Griffin, who winds up standing at third. There's a little bobble coming back from the catcher to the pitcher. So now another potential run just 60 feet away. And the 3-0 pitch, and that one is going to be on the outside corner, called strike 1. Takes sign on for Vorbach. And now a 3 ball, 1 strike count. 13-2 is the score in favor of Tularosa. And the pitch, 11-2 the score, and that'll be ball 4. So high to Vorbach, and that'll put Lady Wildcats at the corners is now Cadence Kowach to the plate. Kowach 2 for 2, a couple of doubles, a couple of runs scored, a couple of RBIs for the lefty first baseman. So Kowach will step to the plate, and the first pitch to her will be high for ball number 1. And the ball is going to be thrown away, and that's going to get kicked around, and a throwing error is going to cash in Griffin. It's a quick throw back to Pierce. She bobbles it. Vorbach will move over to second. Now it is a 12-2 score. That one going to roll in, get away from Nieto, go back to the screen. So Vorbach will move down to third. And it is ball 2 at the plate. So a 2-0 count. 12-2 the score, 10-run lead for Tularosa. They may be thinking about getting this one over early, and they will float that one on the outside corner. Good pitch from Pierce, and that'll make it a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Still nobody out. Runner at third, Vorbach. And the pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the left side. And coming over and getting rid of the mask and coming up in front of her dugout and making the grab is Nieto. So the pop out to the catcher for 1 down. And that'll bring Layla Gaston to the plate. Gaston 0 for 0 with a run scored. She's walked twice. So the number 6 hitter for Tularosa, another lefty, will step in. 1 down, runner at third is Vorbach. And the first pitch, off-speed pitch, nicely done by Pierce, called strike 1. So the no ball, 1-strike count. Again, I'm probably getting ready to lose my battery pack here, but we'll stay on as long as we can, then change batteries. And the shot will be up, and that'll be ball number 2. Or rather, ball number 1. So a 1-ball, 1-strike count. So the 1-1 count. And the pitch, and that one is going to roll in, ball number 2. So a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Is Gaston going to season up the hands a little bit? And the wind and the pitch, and that one going to be high for ball 3-1 count to Gaston. 3 runs across this inning already for Tularosa, trying to keep their line moving. Just 1 down, runner at third. They have a 10-run lead in the pitch. That one going to float on the inside and just miss for ball 4. So that'll be the 6th walk issued by Pierce, and it'll bring Emma Ostick to the plate. Ostick 1 for 2, had a 2 RBI double and scored in the first, reached via an error and was left stranded in the second. So she'll step in, and the first pitch from Pierce swung on, and that'll be lifted high in the air to shallow left field. Coming on, Adiron Garcia in and out of her glove. Can't handle it, and that will cash a run in. And that will get Vorbach home. Gaston at second, and Ostick on her second reach via an error. And now it is a 13-2 ball game. And it'll bring Destiny Signs to the plate. 0 for 1, struck out and then was hit by a pitch and left stranded. Pitcher on pitcher duel, and that one going to roll in. And it'll be ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. And Signs back in, and she'll take that one. It's a hard shot on the ground, knocked down by Gaitan. She's just going to go over and step on third to get the out on Gaston. So that'll be a ground out. Ostick will move to second. Signs will reach via the fielder's choice. And there is 2 down now as Sam Vorbach to the plate. So Vorbach will step to the plate. Coach Tella is going to come out. He wants to find out something from the umps. 13-2 is the score, an 11-run lead. As now Tularosa will have batted around once again. Not sure what the holdup here is. Unless maybe we got a pinch hitter, and I think we do. That'll be Chavez coming on to pinch hit. Vorbach wears number 1. That's definitely not a number 1. I think that is a 1-2, which would be Chavez. So Chavez on to pinch hit, and she'll take the first one low for ball number 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count. And the pitch, and that one is going to float inside for ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Sorry about the score bug jumping on me a little bit there. And the pitch swung on and missed. Is taking something off of that one. Pierce doing a nice job, and Nieto doing a nice job, as that one kind of bounced a little behind the plate. And she corrals it, so it's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. So the 2-1 count. As the wind and the pitch, and that one will be low for ball 3. So a 3-1 count. 2 down. As Tularosa's batted around once again for the 3rd time in this ball game. And the pitch to Chavez, that one is going to be high. Ooh, that catches the top of the zone for strike 2. So that'll run the count full now to Chavez, the pinch hitter. And the payoff pitch comes in from Pierce, swung on, and that'll be a line shot, going to find its way through. And coming up and getting it quickly is Ornelas. She'll toss it in, but another run will come around as Ostick will get cashed in. Signs moves to second, and Chavez will have the RBI single to center. And that'll make this a 14-2 Tularosa ball game, and they have batted around now. And will turn it back over to Gabby Salas. Salas 1 for 2. Had a double to right her last time up. Then you got Signs at second, and that'll be a first pitch swung on. And right to Jones, who will tap and get the force on Chavez at second. So a fielder's choice grounded into by Salas, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more runs come across for Tularosa in their half of the 3rd. We head to the 4th. It is Tularosa 14, Eunice 2. More Eunice Lady Cardinal softball in a moment from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Academics.
Outlaw Grill thanks you for supporting Outlaw Grill throughout the years. Outlaw Grill has all your favorites, from savory soups to burgers. Porterhouse steaks, fettuccine alfredo, crispy chicken scallopini are just some of the all-time favorites. Outlaw Grill invites you to come in or call your order in 575-392-2012. That's 575-392-2012. It's a fast turnaround time for a delicious gourmet meal from the crew at Outlaw Grill.
Bart Parker, owner of Redbird LP Gas Company, and his employees are proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Bart, class of 1971, state champions of both basketball and baseball, support the kids with their academics and athletics. They realize that balancing both is challenging and appreciate their determination. Redbird knows the Eunice Cardinals have worked really hard to get where they're at, and they are cheering them on all the way. Bart and his crew say, "Go Eunice Cardinals!"
And welcome back to Eunice Lady Cardinal Playoff Softball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. I'm TJ Miracle, as we are back here at the field for Tularosa in their half of the 3rd. 5 runs on 4 hits, 1 error committed by Eunice, and 2 runners left on. As we go to this top of the 4th inning, it'll be Zamora, then Ornelas, then Pierce, 8, 9, and 1. First pitch swung on and missed for Zamora, and that will be strike number 1. So no ball, 1 strike count. Zamora had a single to left her last time up. So Signs in the ring, and she will deal. Swung on, and that one will be popped up over onto the right side as the second baseman comes over into foul ground, but can't get it as that one will hop up over the fence. Go out of play, strike number 2. Really, that should have been the first baseman Kowach's ball. Not sure. Maybe she lost it turning into the sun and left it to Salas to try and come over and take. But no matter how you look at it, it is just a long strike, too, and so Eunice getting a little bit of a break as the wind starts to kick up a little bit here. As the dirt starts blowing, at least it's kind of away from us today and not right into our face. And the 0-2 pitch, and that one's going to sail high for ball number 1. It'll be a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Of course, day 2 of the state softball tournament. Final 4 in the winner's bracket. And the pitch, and that one is going to be just below the knees, and the count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count. Signs in the ring. Again, a very deliberate worker. And she will deal, and that one going to roll in for ball number 3. So Zamora Goes from down 0-2 to now working the count full. Carla Ornelas waits on deck, and McKaylee Pierce in the hole. So 3-2 the count. Signs ready to go, and the payoff pitch swung on and getting just a piece of it to stay alive. Zamora will hang tough at the plate. So it'll still be 3-2. 14-2 is the score. And the pitch, and that one going to roll in, ball number 4. And so Zamora works the leadoff walk. Second walk issued by Signs, and that'll give it to Ornelas. Ornelas 0 for 1. Grounded back to the pitcher her last time up. And maybe Carla Dew, the righty center fielder for these Lady Cards. So Ornelas will step in. Pierce waits on deck. Runner on, nobody out. Eunice trying to chip into the lead, and the first pitch is going to be in there, I think, called strike one. No, or did he call no pitch? I think he called no pitch. So no pitch. And now Signs is ready, and the pitch swung on and missed, and that will be strike one as Ornelas takes a hack at a pretty good fastball, comes up empty. Runner at first is Zamora, who worked the leadoff walk. So Eunice trailing by 12 here in the fourth, and the pitch swung on, and that'll be a little loop shot, and it is off the glove of a leaping Salas, comes out into right field, and on the horse and heading over to third is Zamora. So Ornelas with a line shot. I'm going to make that a single just because it was a lot higher than Salas. She had to jump a long way, and so that'll put Lady Cards at the corners as they're going to try and get some business to pick up here and turn it back over to Pierce. So Pierce 0 for 2, struck out in the first, reached via an error in the second, was left stranded, but now a chance to help her own cause in a little pitcher-on-pitcher matchup. So she will settle back in as Signs back to the ring. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and then she'll swing away. That's a chop shot. Comes to the third baseman, Vorbach, and she'll take it across the diamond to get the out at first. They will concede the run. So Pierce is out, but has the sacrifice RBI, 5-3 for one away. But it will cash in Zamora from third. Ornelas now stands at second. So the sac RBI. One down now, and it'll be Jones to the plate. So it started off with a walk for Zamora, and then a single to right for Ornelas, then the sac RBI for Pierce. And now it'll be Jones to the plate. Jones 1 for 2. Singled in the first, grounded out in the second. The Lady Cards second baseman will step in. And the pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the right side. First baseman goes over. That's Kowach, and will get the pop out. And there are two down now for the Lady Cards. I understand there may be some issues going on with the baseball game. No service being found, apparently. So Nieto will step in. And the pitch swung on, and Melanie will foul that one off for strike one. So no ball, one strike count, two down. One run across for Eunice. They trail it 14-3. They have it 14-4 on the board, but it is 14-3. And the wind and the pitch swung on, and just a little excuse me swing, but the first baseman going to bobble it, and it will be a fair ball, but they will toss it under, and it'll be in time to Signs covering. So it'll wind up being a 3-1 out number 3, as the coaching staff is going to appeal that, and I think correctly so. So we'll see. I don't think they're going to overturn it. And yep, it looks like Coach Pierce and Coach Pierce heading back to the dugout. Coach Kemple talking to the umpire, and yep, they're going to pull Melanie off the bag. Well, now they're going to talk about it, so we'll just keep it right here. As Eunice trying to keep this going. They trail by 11. 13-3 is the score. As they continue to discuss things, the home plate umpire and now the field umpire. The other field ump is not involved. On one hit, no errors, and they leave one runner stranded. I had to change battery packs there. So, all right, as we will start with Kylie Hood. She will lead it off for Tularosa. Some changes for the Lady Cardinals as Zamora is now going to be in the ring pitching, and her first pitch swung on, and that one is going to be heading over to the street over the first base dugout for strike one. So Zamora on to do the pitching. You got Garrett out in right field for the Lady Cards. See if I can pick up Pierce and the wind and the pitch, and that one going to float high. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So a 1-ball, 1-strike count. 14-3 is the score here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Those Moron try to put out the fire. And the pitch swung on, and that'll be a high shot right out to center. And that one is going to be misplayed by Ornelas. And so it'll be an E7, or an E8 rather. And Hood will reach on the error. So that'll bring Macy Griffin to the plate. Griffin 2 for 2. Couple of doubles, couple of RBIs, 3 runs scored. So she will step in with runner at first, nobody out. And the pitch, that one going to roll in, get away from Nieto. And on the pass ball, that'll let Hood move down to second. Hood led off Griffin, then Vorbach. Griffin walked and scored in the first, had an RBI double in the second, an RBI double in the third. So steps in now with a runner at scoring position in Hood. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air out to left field, and losing it in the sun is going to be Garcia, and they will get it in, and it'll be another error. That sun is brutal, so back-to-back errors. And now Tularosa with runners at first and second, and now Haley Vorbach to the plate. She's 2 for 2. A double, a single, 3 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. Yeah, that sun just in a really bad spot if it gets up in the air over on the right, over on the left side of things. And so the pitch, and that one is going to float high for ball one to the cleanup hitter Vorbach. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Garrett going to shade over a little bit more towards the alley here in right center. And the pitch from Zamora, that one going to go high for ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Eunice trailing by 11 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And the pitch, and that one is going to float away for ball number 3. So Vorbach going to keep trying to move the line along. And the wind in the next pitch, and that'll be upstairs for ball number 4. And that'll load the bases full of Tularosa Lady Wildcats as Vorbach to first, Griffin to second, Hood to third. Now Kowach to the plate. She's 2 for 3, a couple of RBI doubles and a couple of runs scored for the lefty first baseman. In the first pitch, she'll take that one, and it'll be a ground shot going to get past Stinson. And that will come in and a throw home, not going to be in time, as that will score 2 runs. So Kowach with a 2 RBI single to right will score Hood, will score Griffin. Vorbach just moves to second, so 2 more runs across, or Tularosa makes this a 16-3 ball game. Still with nobody out, now to be Layla Gaston to the plate. Gaston has walked all 3 times. She's appeared, and she'll take the first pitch, and it's a high one out to shallow left field, and the left fielder again losing that one in the sun. And they're just going to play station-to-station softball. So never touched that one, so it'll be a bloop single to left. As Vorbach goes to third, Kowach to second, and Gaston with the bloop single stands at first. Now it'll be Emma Ostick to the plate. Ostick 1 for 3, has reached all 3 times, though. Had a 2 RBI double and scored in the first, reached via an error, was left stranded in the second, reached on an error and scored in the third. So the base is full of Lady Wildcats. Nowhere to put them. They've got a 13-run lead, so the winning run is now in scoring possession. Because I believe 15 after 3 does apply here in the playoffs. So the potential winning run is on the base paths. Just FYI, that will be a very quick wrap up because we will have to move over to get game number 2 underway, and I need to save battery power. As Zamora will deal, and that one going to float in and bounce before it gets to Nieto. It'll be ball number 1, so a 1 ball, no strike count to the number 6 hitter Ostick. With 2 on now, or rather the base is loaded now. Nobody out, and the pitch swung on, and that'll be a line shot out into left field, and that one is going to go all the way to the wall as going over and corralling it. And that'll get 1 run home. That'll get 2 runs home, and I think that will do it, as that'll cash in Vorbach. That'll cash in Kowach. Gaston to third, Ostick with the double, and that will do it as 2 more runs come across for the Tularosa Lady Wildcats, and they will win this one by a final of 18-3. So Eunice now going to have a quick turnaround time. We've got about 45 minutes to get over to the next game. So I am going to go ahead and sign off to save my battery power. I don't know what the situation is going to be at field number 3. So Eunice now will play Santa Rosa coming up here in about 45 minutes from field 3, as Tularosa proven why they are the number 2 team in the state. They are victorious 18-3. See you again here in just a few minutes over on field 3 as more Eunice Lady Cardinal State Tournament softball from Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.